everybody. Welcome to Monday Live. Gotta tidy up a little. And I gotta get my Stampin' Lips on. I am so exhausted. This weekend, well, let's just say this last 8 weeks has been both a blur, a whirlwind, a marathon, exhausting. We have, of course, had all these 3-day track meets. We've had these 3-day college visits. We've had graduation, another graduation, graduation across the state, graduation in town, track meets, more track meets, extra track meets, one final track meet, award programs. Oh, we've moved children twice. And by children, I mean my daughter. So many things have happened. We finished our last major event. Well, we have one more party, but our last major event was our graduation party for Carl here, which was a last minute party because I've been asking these children for 6 months or longer about how to plan this graduation party. And no, we don't want a graduation party. Well, maybe just one with our family up in Minneapolis. And then 2 weeks ago, Carl said, I think I want a graduation party. So when your kid asks for a graduation party, you put together a graduation party. We had I had a cheesecake like bar where we had plain cheesecake and then I had all kinds of toppings they could put on their cheesecake, and that was it. Like, that's all I had. That was enough, by the way. I did make strawberry pureed strawberry sauce, which I mean was really easy, but was a thing that I made, and it's still a little sticky in my kitchen, I'm not gonna lie. But the party was last night, and Ella moved yesterday, or part over this whole weekend, I should say. And I am so tired, I can't even tell you. And we didn't even have to do a ton of the moving. We did, she had a bunch of stuff here that we had moved out of her apartment from college. And then her boyfriend had stuff at his apartment, both of theirs. So it wasn't awful, but it was just a lot all in one weekend. I think one of each of those things would have been more than enough, but both of them was like a lot. So, and then, then this was sweet. We were working on putting together a board, you know, of like, we had the running boards already done from his banquets, but then he wanted a board like of him as a kid and doing other things besides running. So we did that, and found just the sweetest, sweet pictures, which was really fun. You know, you don't look at those pictures a lot, and then when you put something like that together, it's just like, oh. So I've been holding it together relatively well, I think. But so many wonderful friends came, and several friends from Cedar Falls came, which it's a 2-hour drive, and that was just so amazing. Just so thankful that those dear friends were willing to make the trip on a Sunday night. So that was just so sweet. And last night at Carl had like a bonfire at the end with, you know, like the friends that were kind of hanging out at the end of the party. And I went out after everybody had left because some of his friends have school today and it's finals this week. But, you know, Carl's done, so obviously he's done with that. But so I went out there, and oh my gosh, by the way, Milo was so overstimulated by the whole thing, like too many people, and it was warm, and everybody was running around, and it was just so crazy. And he was just like, he was kind of flipping out a little bit. It was weird. So Andy was keeping him inside, and we came down, he came downstairs. I have a tile floor bathroom, which is cool in the basement, and he was laying on that, and Andy was trying to get him to calm down. I was like looking for them. They were in the door was closed in the bathroom. I'm like, are you okay in there? And he's like, I'm in here with Milo. And it's like, oh, it was just funny. He eventually settled down, but it took a lot. Anyway, I was sitting by the fire with Carl, and we were reading the notes that people sent. Oh, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Anyway, oh, so sweet. Such kind words. You know, you see, like, you guys see the sweet side of my kid, and I, you know, generally see that too, but I also see the side. And just reading, like, a bunch of his teachers came, like even a junior high teacher came and said just such sweet things, which kind of restores your belief in humanity, that your kid is not an bleep word, which makes you feel really good. Like, you hope that you've done a good job raising him into like a normal person that's gonna survive. So anyway, it was really sweet. One of a good friend of his who is a really good runner wrote just the sweetest note, and then the coach of the coach of the girls team came, and you know, him and his wife coaches girls cross country, and then he coaches girls track, and so Ella worked with them, albeit a while ago and only for a couple of years because she was a junior when we moved here. But they came, and oh, so sweet. And then the kid that he trains with, mostly, he actually trained a lot on his own during track season, but the kid he'd been running with, you know, for several years now, he came and wrote him a really sweet note. It just, like, I mean, and like, kids were writing these notes. And then this is really sweet. This is why it's good to be friends with girls, because these two girls went to our local farmers market, and there's a big race here every year called the Bix. It's like a 7-mile race. And this year and Carl's run it a few times now. And Carl's friends bought this little, like a little artist print, I guess, where they kind of sketched a cute, like, the start line of this big race. It's like a 7-mile race, so it's not like it's a marathon, but, you know, like, tons of people do it, probably because it is a 7-mile race, and it's the 50th anniversary this year. Anyway, it's just this cute little print. It's probably like 4x6, maybe 5x7. And they gave it to him, and it was just like, oh, and the girls who gave it to him are like his lunchmate friends. So they're not runners. They don't have anything to do with running, but they gave him such a thoughtful gift. And I was just like, oh, like, a guy would never do that. So I thought that was just really cool. So anyway, and Ella, I can't wait to talk to her tonight. She started her adult real person job today. She's actually been working it part-time up until today. So today was her first day as a full-time employee. So she is a professional software engineer. So I just think that's really awesome. And it's pretty sweet. She and her boyfriend are renting this house. It was built in like 1889 or something like that. I was like, oh my gosh. And it's obviously, you know, a lot of things have been redone inside, but the basement is, you know, in Home Alone, how Kevin is afraid of the basement. This is kind of her basement. I would not be surprised if there is like a body hidden in there. So it's got the old heating oil drum, and I really think if you needed to hide a body, it would be in her basement. It's in this really tiny town. It's only like, oh, 30-ish minutes from here, which I'm very excited about because she's been 3.5 hours for a while now, or about 3 hours for a while. Anyway, it's just this cute little house. It's a 2-story with the scary basement. And okay, I'm in the basement right now of my house. Granted, my house is much newer, but it's it is like a dungeon in there. It's creepy, and there's water kind of drippy, and you know how basements are moist and bleh. I know some of you probably have never even experienced a basement, like having a basement in your house, because I know a lot of places don't have basements, but here they're a whole thing. And so I laughed because she said, well, it's not finished, because a lot of people have basements that aren't finished, because if you build a house, sometimes, you can save money by not finishing off the basement right away. And then maybe a lot of people will like do it themselves later. Anyway, it is like really old and scary. Now, don't worry, her heat is not through the boiler or heating oil tank or whatever it is they used in the olden days. It is like up to date, but it was really funny to see that because I wasn't really expecting it, and it was like, oh, so that was funny. But she said she was afraid of the basement, and I was like, oh, whatever. And then I was like, I am too. So that was just kind of hysterical. And then this is funny too. She was telling me that her garage was L-shaped, and I'm like, what? And the way she described it, I didn't understand. But then when I saw it, I was like, okay, yes, it is L-shaped. So basically, it's a one-car garage. But then, like, when you pull your car in the stall, then there's all this area right here, which is the back. It's basically an open area, and then you walk into the back of the house. So it's kind of cool because then there's lots of storage for like, bikes or stuff you want to store in the garage. But when she was explaining it to me, I was like, what? So then when I saw it, I know you're surprised to hear this, but I'm a visual person, so I had to see it to understand. But it was really funny. But it's a really cute little place. So I think it's a perfect first place to live. So I think they'll be just happy there. And it's really close for her boyfriend's work, and then she only has to go into the office once a week, and it's like an hour, just over an hour to her office. Her company is actually based, I think, in Phoenix, but they have offices in Cedar Rapids. And so, yeah, so just like so many things have been going on, and I've been trying to soak all of them in, and I think I've done a pretty good job, but I am not going to lie when I tell you I just need a break. Oh my gosh. So a couple things. First of all, I'm behind, like 100% behind in work. If you have been waiting for me to email you, give me till the end of the week to try and catch up. I'm not ignoring you. I just literally can't deal with anything more. But I'm trying. This week is to kind of catch up and get my bearings again. And then if you are waiting on like anything else, basically, if you don't hear from me by the end of the week, reach out again. That's what I guess is my message. So, so I have scheduled a couple of fun things. If you are a subscriber to my Sunday Sunshine and Creativity Delivered subscription boxes, we have a Zoom coming up on Wednesday afternoon where we're going to make some extra projects. So I'm very excited about that. I actually collected all the leftovers from our like the things we die cut for our projects this month, and we're going to work with them is what I'm trying to say, but it's not coming out very well. And then if you're waiting for the PDF, by the way, I have not mailed it or emailed it. It's coming. I tried to get it done today, but so many things all over. It'll be done. If I don't send it out tonight, it'll go out first thing in the morning. And then what else was I going to say? Oh, then if you are joining us for Watercolor Happy, we are going to be starting later this month, and I've got a Zoom scheduled so that you can ask questions. We're going to talk about all the things that you need to know and the schedule and how the course is going to work because it is a little different platform than I've used before. So I'm going to get everybody familiar with it. And so that's happening on Thursday. I sent an email out about that today. I noticed that a fair number of people opted out on emails, and that means that when I post new stuff in the class, you might not get notifications. So just be aware of that. You might want to change that, I'm just saying. So I probably am at some point going to have to like download the whole thing and see if I can send an email outside of the platform just so that everybody gets the information. But anyway, if you have not registered for it, I haven't checked. I think there's just a couple of boxes left. Otherwise, you can do the online only version. And I can't even tell you how excited I am about this. It is going to be so much fun. And I will tell you, I really think watercoloring is what helped me keep my sanity through all of the things that we've had going on this last several months. And I just have had such a good time with it. And I'm so excited. So I can't wait to share all of that with you. It is going to be so much fun. If you've ever even considered watercoloring or want to learn more about it, or if you've been doing watercolor for a while and you want to learn more, it is just going to be amazing. I cannot wait to share it with you, and I hope that you're going to enjoy it. We're going to talk about, I will tell you that I'm going to spoiler alert you a little bit, but it's to help. I'm going to show you most of the things that are going to come in your box if you ordered a box, just so that you know what you've got coming and are prepared, so that you're ready. So how's that for you? And if you're wondering about anything, that is a great opportunity to ask questions. Now, of course, if you can't be with us live, that's no problem. Everything for this course is recorded, and you can watch and rewatch it as many times as your heart desires. So it's going to be really fun. Oh my gosh, Patricia said she watercolored on a plane. I've watercolored on a plane too, with an ice cube to wet everything. Well, that's interesting. An ice cube, huh? I've used like a glass of water, didn't put too much water in it, like, the little cups they serve your drinks in, with like, I brought a little water bottle with me. The little half size of water bottles, like little ones. I've taken that, you got to dump the water out before you go through security, but then I've taken that with me. I actually have a couple of plastic cups and that thing, and I've used it. The other thing that's really great for travel is our water painters. These have water in the barrel. And so these are really great for watercoloring as well. So yeah. Oh, so good. I love the improvisation. Patricia, I just really like that. I would be too impatient for the ice to melt enough. Maybe it was kind of wet ice, which would work really well. Yeah, but it is going to be so much fun. Now, if you're interested in the course, I do have a link in the description of this video for you, and you can click on it and check out the information. I have kind of a rough outline of the course posted. It's not 100% complete, and you know me, I'm going to kind of change things around. Sometimes as I'm filming, like, so I have the course laid out, on paper, but when I film, sometimes things kind of get rearranged a little bit. So don't worry. And more often than not, I tend to add a little more. So I promise you will get your money's worth. I've never heard anybody say anything negative about my watercolor courses in the past, or I've been doing like weekend type events, but this is going to be a 6-week course. So I'm just so excited. Anyway, all that being said, I have some fun things to share with you today. Some really fun projects that are super duper duper easy, which I love, but really nice. And then what else do I have? Oh, prizes. We have a card challenge winner. I've got tickets and we need to draw a winner. So I'm going to flip my camera around so we can do all that fun stuff. Yay. Okay. Let me, oops, get myself organized here. And let's see. So we've got prizes. We've got all these people who joined us for our card challenge, which was that fun little pop-up card we made a few weeks ago with the Seaside Wishes bundle. And I'm going to give you a new card challenge this week, or tonight. Today, our first card is going to be the next card challenge. It is a fun fold and it's really cute. It's super easy. And you've probably done a version of it at some point, or this kind of combines two things into one, but it'll be a lot of fun, I think. And I can't wait to see how you create with it. Okay, so let's see. We had Leanne White, Linda Carver, Jean Maxwell, Eileen Byrne, Linda Miller, Margaret Burkett, Mary Schneck, Sherry Pyer, Connie Ward, Deborah Norris, Jill Pace, and Courtney Darp. So let me pull a name from my, oops, I pulled a bunch of names out, but the winner in my hand is Leanne White. Congratulations, Leanne. You are the winner of our bundle challenge, or you are the winner of a bundle for our card challenge. That's what I meant to say. And I've got a couple bundles to choose from, Leanne. So I will actually, I'll message you your choices. How about that? And then you can tell me which one you'd like. And then speaking of bundles, this is like the most awesome segue ever. We have a special that starts on the 5th, which is, sorry, I just dropped something and I didn't want to run over it with my chair, if you know what I mean. We have an extra 10% off stamp and die bundles. So not punch bundles, but stamp and die bundles. And then also 10% off Stampin' Cut Emboss machines from the 5th of June to the 30th of June. And I'm super excited about this because, well, first of all, who doesn't love bundles? And an extra 10% off the bundle price is something to celebrate. So that means that they're 20% off, like versus if you bought them individually. So it's a really great time to grab any bundles that might be on your wish list. And I'm kind of laughing because I just realized that I'm not even using a bundle on this week's cards, but I think you're going to love the projects regardless. I can give you some really good suggestions of bundles to get that I've been loving. Now they did say select bundles. I think it's pretty much everything. If you're a demonstrator, we get to pre-order the next round of online exclusives tomorrow, and they did say it's not those because those are brand new products. So it's whatever is currently available to customers right now. That's what will be part of this special. So just be aware of that. A couple of bundles that you might enjoy, I think, are pretty great are, let's see, the Citrus Blooms bundle. Oh my goodness, we're going to use this in my watercolor happy. I can't say enough good things about the Simply Zinnia bundle. Also good for watercoloring. such a fun bundle. Really, really like this one. Ooh, this one is really fun. The Round We Go bundle. This is new and it creates rosettes and then has all these fun circle pieces and dies that go with it, which I really like. I used that on a card not too long ago. Let's see what else there was. Oh, the Seaside Wishes, although it's possible this is not available at the moment, but it should be back in later this month. So I think if it's not available right now, it is coming back. So just be aware of that. That's a really good one. Ooh, the Hearts and Hugs bundle is a great bundle. Love that one. Ooh, this is another really good one. This is my good friend Lori's $1 Million stamp set. It comes in a bundle and it's really nice. The dies that go with it are just awesome. So I really enjoy this. I suspect I'll have a class of some kind with this coming up. And then another one I just got, which of course it would have been nice to have known this bundle special was coming, but it is what it is. I just got the Friendly Fins. It literally just came last week. I couldn't help it. It's cute. Dang it. If you know what I mean. I was not going to get it. And just like you, I saw a card that was super cute. And it's got like this coral reef dies in it. You know, there's coral, there's shells, there's fishies, there's bubble. I mean, I am like going to recreate Finding Nemo with a set, even though there isn't actually a Nemo fish, but still, I really think this is cute. So, I am looking forward to playing with this. Like I said, this just came last week. And then, oh, I know. Let's see here. Oh, where is it? The Country Flowers bundle. Where is mine? I might have had it pulled aside because it's our online class this month, but it is a great bundle. Gosh, it is concerning. Oh, here it is. It's like, where is it? This is a super fun bundle. I love the sentiments in it. Love the flowers. Also good for watercoloring, by the way. And the dies are really awesome with this one. There are lots of really fun things that you can do. So anyway, okay, I'm done. I won't tempt you with anything else, but a really great opportunity to get some fun bundles. Now I gotta put all these away. That you can really enjoy with this special. And if you haven't gotten our Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, it's been around for a few years, or maybe you're looking to upgrade. I really like this machine. It's just a little teeny bit wider than the Big Shot was. The sides flip up so you can kind of store it compactly, which I also really like. And it's just a great machine. And the fact that it's an extra 10% off just makes my heart happy. So there you go. Let's see. Okay. Audrey says, I need to rethink those. Watercolor is an option as I am not a coloring girl. You know, I love to color, but there's, you know, a lot of ways to color without coloring, if you know what I mean, like coloring in. First of all, I've seen so many things where they're just stamped and die cut. Like I'm thinking the Zinnia bundle in particular, but where you can stamp that flower on just colored cardstock in the same color ink and then die cut it, and it's beautiful. Like that's how you would color it. One of my favorite things about watercoloring is like creating cool backgrounds, and we're going to do a lot of that in watercolor class, and then stamping over and die cutting that. So that's not really coloring in, you're coloring the background, you're making a cool background, but then you can stamp over and then die cut it out, which just is amazing. I love that part. So anyway, oh yes, blending brushes are great too. That is a great way to color without coloring. I think that's a good one too. So yeah, anyway, that's our special for June. It starts on Wednesday the 5th. I believe the Wednesday is the 5th. And then We have a brand new online class this month called The Country Flowers, and it is really wonderful. Like I said, this is one of those bundles I just love, and you can get the online only, the pre-cut cardstock, or the I Want It All version, and all those details are in the description of this video. And then last but not least, my brand new All-Star Video Class Bundle PDF this month is the Take to the Sky or Adventurous Sky Bundle. It's the Take to the Sky Suite with the Adventurous Sky Bundle. And the projects are super fun for this month. I really like them. This bundle is such a great one for masculine themed cards. It's really easy to use, and the DSP is just awesome. They really did a great job with the DSP, and the projects are really great too. There's a little bit of everything in here. So I really like these cards. And actually I made a really cute pop-up card for my video tutorial, which I loved. So, and it's easy, which is also something I love. So anyway, so there you go. Now today, oh, I forgot to print that off. Today we are going to be making some projects that if you place an order in my online store, you can get all the pre-cut cardstock to go with them for free with a $35 purchase. So you have until Sunday for that. And the cards are super fun, like I said. They are really great for summer. And we're going to be featuring the Fields in Bloom bundle. Now, before I get started, oh no, I did the drawing already. Sorry, I'm having a hard time keeping my life together here. I did the one. Okay, we're good. So this is the card challenge. That's what it is. This is the June card challenge. So we're going to start with a half a sheet of cardstock cut at 4 1/4 by 11 inches. And then we're just going to score this in half at 5 1/2 inches. And then I'm going to move it over to 4 1/4 inches. Let's see, 4 1/4 plus 1 1/4 is 5 1/2. Yeah. Okay, so 4 1/4, 5 1/2, and 4 1/4, right? That's easy. Okay, then what I want to do is I want to go from this, so like our card is going to fold like this, right? And then I'm going to score from this point to this point. All right. So from the corner of my card to the score line of my card. And I'm just going to score that diagonal. All right. And then we're going to create a book. What are these called? Book, like a book card. Is that right? And then it's also a, what is the name of that? Easel card. A book binding. Is that right? Is that the name of this? Why? I don't know why I can't think of it. Okay. So anyway, bookbinding. Thank you, Judy. I thought so, but then, you know how when you say something out loud and then you think, is that right? And you're really not sure. That's kind of how I was feeling. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the bookbinding, but is it? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this in to towards the inside of our card. Okay, and we'll give that a good crease. And then this is the basis of our card. So I'm going to glue the book binding portion down. All right. Just as soon as I find the adhesive that's literally practically hitting me in the nose. All right, so I've got that adhered down. Probably should have adhered it straight, but okay. And by the way, this is thick white cardstock, if you couldn't tell. All right, now what I'm going to do is, by the way, we're using the Fields in Bloom stamp set. I'm going to use some of our, let's see, I think this is called, let me look. This is the DSP pack, Unbounded Beauty. And honestly, I wanted to use this sheet, but I said, no, I cannot use that on every single card. So I use this sheet instead. And we're going to make a really fun little
card with this. So I'm going to first off adhere this panel right here. So this is a 1x4" piece of designer series paper. And then I have a 4x4" piece of designer series paper. So we'll adhere that to the inside, which will fit just perfectly like so. And then I'll close that back up. Then I've got a 4x4" piece of Pretty in Pink cardstock, and that is going to go right here. But I only want to adhere it to the bottom portion of my card so that the easel will tip up correctly. So I carefully positioned my adhesive on here, and then we're going to add that piece right there like so. So now you can see it will tip up, which is wonderful. All right, so we've got the card put together. That's really easy. Let's write out the information. You know, I was looking for my Sharpie earlier, and I don't know. Oh, here it is. I did have it. All right, so this is the June 2024 Stamping with the Creativity Cave Challenge. And you can join us by submitting your project like this in my Stamping with the Creativity Cave Facebook group, link in the description of this video. You have until the end of June, and then we will draw a winner to who could win a bundle. Okay, so we're going to start with a 4 1/4 by 11" piece of cardstock, and then we're going to score that at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2 inches. Then we're going to need a 1x4" and a 4x4" piece of DSP. And by the way, I used the same pattern. You don't have to, but I did. All right, then we're going to need a 4x4" piece of cardstock, and then a 3 7/8 inch piece of cardstock. Oops, this is square. Oh, well, 4x4 is square. Yeah, sorry. Cardstock, or I did, but like that would be your white layer. And then you need a label or rectangle for the easel. Okay, so there are the pieces for this project. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take, and I forgot to cut my 3 7/8 inch square. So let's do that super quick. I think this is 3 7/8 inches. It is. So let's give that a quick cut. And then let's do some stamping. Okay, so we're going to use the Fields in Bloom, and I love this stamp set, you guys. This is a new set. It's so easy, and I think it's going to be really a fun set. I'm giggling. Melanie said, I think a famous actor walked into Dina's craft room and distracted her. If that was true, I for sure would have turned the channel around, or the camera around, and shown you who it was. It was not, and it is not that exciting a thing that is distracting me. I think it's my tiredness. But I like how you think, Melanie. Let's hope that happens someday. And if we could all just put out some Sam Hewn vibes, you know, from Outlander, that would be cool. That's probably who I would pick if I had a choice. But beggars can't be choosers now, can they? Also, my husband knows that's who I chose. Okay, so I'm going to start. First off, this stamp set has 2 really big stamps in it. So I'm going to stamp them on my Pierce mat because they're so large. and my surface is kind of rough. I want to make sure I get a good impression. I really like this bundle or it's not a bundle, it's just a standalone stamp set. And it's just such a great set. Okay, now I'm going to start. I just quick clean these because I realized they were not in the right colors for this particular project. So I'm going to start by stamping this, and I'm going to use some, oh gosh, I really struggle between which color I should use. I think I'm going to go with Granny Apple Green. I feel like Lemon Lime Twist for this would be a little more bright than I want. And Granny Apple Green is going to be a happy color without being too bright. If I could use Pear Pizzazz, I would. But we retired that color, much to my dismay. Okay, so I'm just going to ink this big old stamp up. By the way, if you have a Stamparatus, this is a great way to do that. All right, so I've got my piece of cardstock. I'm actually going to be really responsible, unlike my normal Dina. I'm going to stamp with some scrap paper behind. And I'm just going to stamp this. I'm going to leave a little, well, just a teeny bit of overlap off the edge. Kind of an even border of what's overlapping my panel. Okay, and there are my field of leaves, and now we're going to add the flowers. So you can add your flowers in either Pretty in Pink, or we've got some peach pie in here. I think I'm going to go with Pretty in Pink just because it's pretty. Okay, so I'll take Pretty in Pink, and I'm going to ink this up. And I wondered, you know, how hard is it going to be to line this up? It's actually not bad at all. So you just want to kind of eyeball everything. And again, this is a great way to use your stamp positioner if you have a stamp positioner. And there we go. So lines up pretty easy, even through the camera. So I'm happy with that. Okay, then what I want to do is add some clouds to this. So our stamp set has some clouds, and I'm going to ink these up in some Pool Party because that's just a nice kind of neutrally good color. And we'll stamp that on here a couple times. Gosh, I didn't ink that very well. But I think you get the drift. I wonder if Dina can line that up again. Okay, this is definitely a stick your butt out situation. Let me, glasses off, butt out, head in the way. I know you can't see, but let's see. Did I ruin it or did I do it? That's the question. Oh, I did it. I am a professional stamper. Okay, so there are our clouds looking lovely. And then I think this is just cheerful, right? It looks nice and happy and nice. So I'm going to add this to my card. And I was thinking, what kind of sentiment would I want for something like this? And the answer is, I think this would be a really good get well soon type of card. So let's embellish a little bit. I'm going to start with some ribbon. And of course, you'll get the ribbon in your card kit. And you'll get an embellishment to go with this. And I'm not 100% sure which embellishment I'm going to use, only because we've got several embellishments on back order, or not back order, but it's not available right now. So it might just kind of depend on the timing of when they come back available. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so I put a little ribbon around here. I also die cut, and this again will come in your card kit, the Feel Better Soon die cuts. Now this is from the die set, which is called Wanted to Say dies, and you get a whole bunch of sentiments in here. There's a celebrate, happy birthday, feel better soon. You're Too Kind, and then little images that go with each of them, and they're both the detail and the bold. So I really like the set of dies. Now I'm going to adhere that those layers together with some of my liquid glue and my silicone craft sheet, because this is just so handy to do. So I'm going to spread my liquid glue around, and then I will pick this up and add the adhesive to the back of my die. And you don't need a ton at all, which is why I love this method. Now you could use the multi-purpose adhesive sheets, but I think this is just almost quicker and easier, to be honest. Sometimes those, the backing comes off real easy, but sometimes it is kind of a pain. So I just love this. And look, it's not sticky. I'm not sticky. It's adhered nicely, but it's all good. So we'll add this to our card. We'll pop that up because, you know I love a good pop-up. So I'm just going to put my dimensionals on here. And there we go. Okay, there is our card. Now, I had to embellish this, so I'm going to pick some brushed brass butterflies. Wow, if that's not a tongue twister. And we're just going to add a couple of those on here. I love these because they're flat and they're just kind of perfect. So look at how fun that is. Now we got to decorate the inside too. Okay, so for that, we're going to add a little piece, and I've been using Simply Said I'm using this on the other cards in here, so I'm going to use the Thinking of You. All right, so we'll stamp that down, and I think I was trying to decide what punch to use, and I think I'm going to use this one, but I want to do a little trick with this. We'll see if this works, because now that I'm doing this, I'm like, I don't know. But you know how I like to experiment with things when I'm stamping. All right, so I'm going to stamp Thinking of You on here like that. And as you can see, this punch is a fair bit bigger than it needs to be for this sentiment. So what I'm going to do is punch like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put this in my punch like this, and then punch it again to make a custom size label. How fun is that? All right, now we're going to pop this up and position it right inside here. And then the popped up little label is going to hold that easel in place. So we want to use, a decent number of dimensionals to make sure that it doesn't stray from where it's supposed to be. Ooh. I gotta move this one. Sometimes you can move them and sometimes you just can't. Okay, so I've got a lot of dimensionals on here. Again, this is such a good use of your background or edge pieces. Okay, so I've got that, and then I'm going to position this right there, and then it holds it up. Oh, I love that. So easel cards are such a fun way to make like a cute little card that you can set on your desk, and it will make you happy. So I just love this this card layout. Now, of course, you can open it up and write in here or on here, whatever you want. But then you can also display it on your table or desk or in your office or your kitchen counter, wherever you want to place it. So this is our challenge card. So tomorrow I will post this on my Stamping with the Creativity Cave Facebook group. And you can create your own version of this with these dimensions and share it to be entered into the drawing. So this is two different kind of card layouts together. The bookbinding style card and an easel card that's at an angle. Like sometimes easel cards are not at this angle. So anyway, I kind of like the two in one deal. Okay, so that's our first card. Our second card is a really cute and easy card, which I just love as well. Obviously, being as busy as I've been, I have not had a lot of time to be creative in my office. And so I really needed something that I could kind of put together relatively quick and easy today. So I love these cards. Now, I still think that card we just made was really quite easy. Not a ton went into it, but it's just a very nice project. Well, this is going to be our next project. That's really nice. Ooh, I'm giving away my secrets. All right, I'm going to start with a crumb cake card base. So just a regular half sheet, which is 5.5 by 8.5, and then you fold it in half. And then I've embossed a strip of crumb cake cardstock that we're going to adhere across this. And I want to say this is like the lines and dashes, or I'm so bad with the names. I feel like I just haven't had the time to really get the names memorized. I was going to say mesmerized. Oh, they are on, here we go. Okay, this is the Dashing Designs. Well, I was sort of close. All right, Dashing Designs, and I really like this folder. It's very nice. Okay, so I'm going to adhere that right down the center of my cardstock, like so. And then we'll set that aside for just a moment. We're going to stamp on two things, both a scrap of paper and then a 4 by 5.25 inch paper. Let me make sure that's what this is. Yes. So I'm going to take, and on my scrap, I'm going to actually punch 3 circles, and we'll include these in your card kit. You know we will, along with the embossing. So these 3 circles are 1 3/4 inch circle punches. And I'm going to stamp in our set. There's a little, like a bouquet. And so I'm going to stamp that on here 3 times in my Granny Apple Green. And then, where are my flowers? Ooh, oh, here we go. Then I'm going to stamp my flowers in a fun little color combo, which is Petunia Pop, not Pretty in Pink. Let's see. Oh, I already have Petunia Pop out. Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, and Pool Party. Oh, if that's not alliteration nightmare, I don't know what is. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Petunia Pop, I think. I don't know if this is clean. Let's just be better safe than sorry, right? Okay, so Petunia Pop for one of these. Voila! Oh, that did not stamp very well. You know what? I think my petunia is too juicy. Let's calm her down just a skosh. Okay. Let me try this again. Now, here's the beauty of cardstock. There are 2 sides. And I thoroughly enjoy using both sides of my cardstock. I'm going to stamp it on this. Okay. So now I'm just going to fit that right in here, like so, and that's much better. All right, then I'm going to clean my stamp in between. We're going to do peach pie. This is kind of juicy too. Ooh, but I think that stamped pretty good. Yes. And lastly, we've got pool party. And this is just a lovely, lovely little color combo here. Nice springy, summery type colors. We're not quite to summer, but we're getting close. And so I love the look of this, right? Well, let's put it on our card. Oopsies. And I'm going to put, let's see, petunia in the center. They're going to overlap slightly. And the reason I'm choosing petunia in the center is because we're going to put some petunia ribbon on here. So I'll just tie a little hunk of this, and I'm going to tie this off just with a knot on the end here. There we go. Trim off these kind of crazy ends like so, and then we'll add our flowers like that, popped up, of course. I think I'm actually going to glue dot the two and then pop the other one up. All right, so just putting glue dots at the top and bottom of these circles. Like so. And then we'll pop this one up over the top. All right. Oh, I forgot to mention. So Carl ran one more race this weekend. It was at his school. It's a fundraiser that they do. Look at how cute that is. For purchasing running shoes for kids who can't afford it, and which I think is really awesome. There's an announcer who has a foundation for this purpose, and so this race is a fundraiser. Anyway, Carl broke his school record. He couldn't do it at state, and he was really bummed. That's what he really wanted. And so he did and was really excited. We were too. It was really awesome to see him do that. So I'm just going to stamp my happy birthday down there. I did it in black. I don't know if I like that or not. I think it's fine, but you could certainly do another color. I kind of toiled around with doing either Pebbled Path or even Early Espresso. I think that would have been nice with this card layout, you know. Okay, now for the inside of our card, I want to stamp our, and I put all these pads away. I meant to stamp all this together, but you know how it is. Okay, so I was going to put these kind of closer together on here, like so, and then the same colors, because it would have been easy had I remembered this before. Okay, so there's my pool party. And we'll do peach pie. Like, I know it starts with the P because they all start with the P. And then petunia pop. Again, we'll clean in between all of these because you gotta. Okay. And oopsies. Da, 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 da. Oh, So cute. All right. Then what we're going to do is in our Simply Said stamp set, we've got the happy birthday. We also have Let's Celebrate. I think Let's Celebrate is next up. Gosh, did I mount that? I thought I did. No, I didn't. All right, let's celebrate. I actually am looking forward to not celebrating anything for a little while, but I enjoyed celebrating a lot this spring. There was a lot of celebrations that happened. Okay. And then I'm going to just take and use my scrap. I'll give you a nice skinny strip, but we're going to just stamp this and then trim it out kind of tight to the words so that we can just mount this right at top. Oh my gosh, I'm using my ribbon scissors on paper. It felt weird in my hands because it's just too sharp. Okay. By the way, I have to ask you this. Have you guys ever heard of the Midwest Mom? She's like on Instagram. I think she's from the Moorhead, Minnesota area, which is where Carl's going to be going to school when he's going into Fargo, but Moorhead is right there. She is hysterical. If you just need a good laugh, you will really appreciate it more if you are from the Midwest. But oh my gosh, I recently stumbled across her. Somebody actually suggested her to me, and I can't even tell you, she is so funny. She makes Jell-O salad. That's her thing, which is such an older Midwest thing. I'm sure many of you know of which I speak. Some of you are like, what? She always says salad that's not a salad, which is funny. Although my grandma used to make Jell-O salad that was lime Jell-O with shredded carrot in it, and that was a salad. But most Jell-O salads have like marshmallows and things in them. Anyway, she's really funny. If you haven't, I would say she's about my age, maybe a bit younger. Maybe she's like 40-ish. But I just found out she is an opera singer. Like she's a trained opera singer. And yeah, so anyway. But there's our card. Isn't that so cute? So check her out if you haven't ever heard of her. Oh, I love it. So fun. I would never make you eat Jell-O salad if you didn't want it. It is good in a disgusting way. Thank you. That is the perfect description of Jell-O salad. It kind of really depends, because sometimes you can make Jell-O salad with cute stuff that tastes good, and sometimes you can make Jell-O salad with gross stuff that is gross. It just kind of depends. They're really good for potlucks. And it is for 100% a Midwest thing. Okay. Noreen's mom would make Jell-O with shredded carrots. Okay, I'm so glad you know this. Because this is funny. When I was in California, I used to teach high school out there, and I would explain these Midwestern-y things to my students, and they would just be dumbfounded. Like, couldn't comprehend any of it. Thought it was, they were young kids, teenagers, obviously. They're kind of funny about stuff anyway, but oh my gosh, it just was so funny explaining that kind of stuff to them. Or of course I would say like pop instead of soda, or I would say a cash machine instead of an ATM. Or the other one that always made me giggle was we would park in a parking ramp, not a parking garage. And they're like, a ramp? Like, does it fall down the ramp? I always thought that was funny. Anyway, just silly little words. Okay, I'm just loving all the comments you guys have. She is so funny, though. Oh my gosh. Where did I live in California? We lived in the Bay Area. My husband actually has a PhD in aeronautical engineering from Stanford University. It's very fancy, isn't it? He's like scary smart. And Carl for sure takes after his brain. It's scary. Yeah, so he has a master's and a PhD from Stanford. So we were there for 4 years. A dollop of mayo on top, Joy Dennis. Tell me that is not true. That is just disturbing. Mayo on Jello salad. I can't even. Oh my gosh. Shaz, how old is Carl? You go to university at 17, 18, and we graduate with a degree. Yes. So Carl is 18. He just turned 18. And he's going to university in the fall. And it takes 4 years for we call it an undergraduate degree. And then depending, he is planning on going to medical school. So that's another 4 years. So yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are just cracking me up with the comments. Ooh, Sue used to live in San Francisco right by Union Square. Took the cable car to work. Oh my gosh, that's fun. I rode on a cable car one time. So we were in the South Bay. So we lived like on campus for 2 years. And I didn't realize that we literally won the lottery to live on campus. Then we lost our campus housing because the third year we did not win the lottery for campus housing. And so we had to move to an apartment. So we moved to Mountain View. And this house that I live in now is the first house that I've lived in where the mortgage was actually more than what we paid for rent. And that was from 98 to 2000. So if that gives you an idea of the cost of things, and I live in a pretty decent house. So, yeah, California is just insane. I really enjoyed my time there, but I'm also really, really, really glad I don't live there anymore. No offense to anybody who lives there now, but I'm a Midwest girl, so. Oh my goodness, floating cream cheese in lime jello. I think chopped celery was in it too. Oh dear, that's quite a combination. Ooh, we have mom in Melbourne, Australia. Sorry, Melbourne. I know you don't say the R. Made sunshine salad with orange jello, shredded carrot, and crushed pineapple. Oh yeah, crushed pineapple is a big jello salad ingredient. We loved it, but I've never heard of anyone else making it. Oh, such a Midwest thing. Jello salad is not totally Midwestern. Okay, well that's good to know. It is a crazy thing, California. Couldn't believe how much a house cost, and that was 20 some years ago. Like, just insanity. Okay, so that was our second card. We have one more card. It's super easy and super cute. It's actually my favorite. So this next card is going to feature the radiating stitches dies. I think that's what they're called. All right, so I'm once again using a crumb cake card base. I love crumb cake because it's just neutral and it looks really great with just about any color combination. Now, of course, on all these cards, you can really switch up the colors. I'm going to put that large rectangle that I've die cut out of some old olive cardstock over the top of this. And then like that. And then I'm going to take a scrap of paper, which I think I just used. So let me grab another. And we're going to stamp our field once again. So I'm going to use Old Olive. I know, I just went right over that Granny Apple Green like the rebel that I am. It's madness, I tell you. Madness. All right, and I'll just, because this is such a big stamp, I like to stamp it on my Pierce mat, because I think you get better results on a big photopolymer stamp like this, because there's just no give in that stamp. Voila, so beautiful. All right, next up, we're going to do the flowers, which I'm pretty sure I need to clean, so let me do that real quick, because we're going to do the flowers in yellow, and we do not want to put a dirty stamp in our yellow ink pad, even if it's crushed curry, which is kind of the darkest yellow that we've got. Okay. Now I love this card because it could be just as equally summer as fall. And it's just so pretty. Okay, so we're gonna line those flowers up, which is pretty easy to do. I'm just hovering over my cardstock, and then when I'm comfortable with the position, I'll basically drop it down. Why not drop it? I'd say stamping works better if you don't drop things on your cards for the stamping purpose. Oh, and look at that. So gorgeous. Okay, now what I want to do is stamp some more of those clouds up top. So I'll just stamp a couple like this and this. And I probably don't need this many because let's be honest, we're going to die cut this. Okay, so now I'm going to take, this is the smaller rectangle, and I just want to die cut this. So obviously I'm cutting off some of what I've got going on here. I think I'm going to do it right about there. Okay, so let me run this through my machine quick. Okay, and there we go. Oh, so gorgeous. Now just because I'm a stickler, I'm gonna take and add just one more cloud because I feel like sometimes that just happens. And of course my ink pad is closed. Oops, ink the right side. So I'm just gonna add that right there. And now I just feel a whole lot better about the whole thing. Do you ever get that way? All right. Now, I'm going to attach that to a layer of Pool Party cardstock, like so. And then we're going to add it to our card. We want to add a sentiment to this. All right, and so I've die cut this skinny banner from our Stylish Shapes dies, and I'm just going to stamp this thank you on here in my crushed curry ink, and we're going to add it to the side here. So I'm just going to adhere this, and then I'm going to trim off the excess so you can see all those beautiful flowers. So this, for those of you who are coming in late, this is the Fields in Bloom stamp set that we're using on all our projects today. All right, so this is going to go on here, popped up of course, but I also wanted to add a little bit of linen thread to this card. Linen thread is just the best. And look at that, I finished off a sheet of dimensionals. Now, of course, you'll get all these wonderful pieces in your pre-cut cardstock pack when you shop my online store. Ooh, before we do that, though, let's add our linen thread. And so I'm just going to go off to the side so I can tie myself a little bow. And, ooh, there we go. And I'm going to scooch that over. Gosh, I didn't tie that very tight. Let's see if I can. Sometimes linen thread will allow you to cinch it up a little tighter, but not today, it seems. But that's all right. We're going to. So I want the bow knot to sit kind of on the edge of the stitching because then that'll be lined up correctly for the placement of my other die on top of this. There we go. That seems a little tighter. I don't want it sliding off my card. That would not be good. Ooh, it is tight because it's kind of notched in there just a skosh. All right. So I'm going to just fix that slightly. And then add this over the top and voila. So cute. So isn't that just the most fun? Oh, I just love this set. Super cute. Oh, I meant to say, back on our first card, I think it was our first card. What did I do with it? Here we go. I'll show you all of my cards. I meant to say one of the things you could do on this is take your Stampin' Blend and just put a little dot in the center of these flowers if you wanted. Because it's like they're too tiny for like a embellishment to go in the middle, plus it's too many. But you can just add a little orange dot in the center if you want. This is being peach pie. Did I say pumpkin a second ago? We have two pie stamp or ink colors. That's just kind of weird. Anyway, so you could do that if you wanted. No, I'm not so sure I like it, but there you go. Okay, so we made our first card was this book binder easel fun fold card. So 2 fun folds in one. Then we made this fun little card with the embossing folder and the little bouquet stamp. There we go. And then the third card is this fun Fields of Flowers card. So I hope you loved these cards. They're just so much fun. Now you can get the PDF for these from the Stamp Happy Academy website. It will be posted on there for basic and premium members. You can get the PDF if you get the free card kit, if you qualify for that. We will email it out to you. You just need to spend $35 or more in my online store. If you spend $50, you'll also get the Take to the Sky All-Star Video Class PDF. And then if you spend $75, you will get an embellishment to go with it. I'm not committing to which embellishment it will be, just because we've got some availability issues. I just don't want to I want to make sure you get an embellishment, so I don't want to say which one it's going to be, because I don't know which ones are going to be available when we go to do this. So there you have it. All right. Of course, your kit will come with all the punch and die cut pieces that I've done today, embossing and not, so that you can create these cards at home with either the stamp set that I used or the stamp set of your choice. So I really, really appreciate your orders. They sure help me so, so much. If you have questions about these cards, don't hesitate to let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for stamping with me today. Thank you for being here with me and letting me gush about my family and reminisce about all the things, and share with you my family. I really appreciate it and hope that you enjoy all of it as well. So thanks again for being a part of today's live. I will see you right back here next week. Have just the best week. I am headed to take a nap, literally. I suppose I got to feed these kids, but, and by kids, of course, I mean my husband and my son. I will see you all soon, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.